Okay, I'm gonna wait for a few people to get in here. We'll discuss what's going on here in just a minute. Like I said, I'm gonna wait for a couple people to get in here. I don't see anybody yet. Notifications might not have went out, so I'll give it a second. Oh, Snap Dog, what's up, man? Nice to have you here. Waiting for a couple of people to get in here. Ellie, thank you for being here. Hit the like button as you come in, guys and gals. Let me explain what I'm doing here. In the title, I said I'm at District 2 to get information, and that's exactly what I'm here to do. Let me explain why. Yesterday, KDOT and I were at an incident that happened in Aurora, but the Denver cops were there. So I thought it was odd, but you know, it's on the border there of Denver and Aurora, so I'm not gonna begrudge Denver if they're, you know, going a couple blocks out of district to pull over somebody. That's probably what happened. I don't know. Thanks, Jamie, for letting me know that alert went through. But the officers would not give me the incident number or KDOT. It was Officer Bova and Officer James. So I'm here simply to get incident numbers, or the incident number, and also it was a traffic stop, and also to file a complaint, because they should have given me the incident number at the very least, and they didn't, per their policy. Now, this morning I tried calling non-emergency. This is the last resort to get this information, guys. I'm letting you know right now. I called the non-emergency number. They gave me the runaround. I have all that information here. Basically, it was operator 306, because now they don't even give their name. She was very unhelpful. She said she could not give me an incident number. Thanks, Jen. Sorry I didn't tag you in the text. I apologize. I was kind of in a rush. They didn't give me the incident number like I wanted, because they said it was against their policy to give me the incident number, which in fact it's in their policy to give me the number. There's also some revised statutes. Thank you, Ellie. I appreciate that. There's some revised statutes that are in play here. So I'm not going to go through all those legalities or anything like that right now. But so operator 306 had me on the phone for about 18 minutes, I believe, was the last that I looked. And also, I think I got my Bluetooth on. Let me take that off. There we go. Okay. I took my Bluetooth off. Sorry, guys. She didn't even want to give me her supervisor name or supervisor at all. Supervisor name was Tommy. What she did give me was a civil liabilities number, which I did try to call. I know, I'm sorry. Sorry, Jen. I did call the civil liabilities number that they gave me, which was 720-913-6400. Useless. She says I'm not allowed to give any information over the phone if I have to research it. And I said I simply want the incident number. And she wouldn't give it to me. So that's where we are. So I'm going in to get an incident number, and I'm also getting a complaint form, because they're supposed to give you the incident number on scene, which Officer Bova and Officer James refused to do. So that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to get an incident number, simply an incident number, and a complaint form. That's it. Let's see if they kept their complaint forms in stock here at District 2. So here we go, guys. Here we go. All right, so you can see we're here at District 2, and we'll see what happens. I'm hoping nothing. I'm hoping for a peaceful, I go in, get my information, and that's it. But let's see. These guys don't exactly have the best reputation. If you remember last time I was at District 2, they very badly wanted to arrest me for some reason, or at least that one sergeant did. But let's go in and first of all, let's see if they kept the complaint forms in the lobby, which they should have. And let's see. Okay, we're open here, and we're open here. Great. Let's see. Sure thing. I'll step back because he's on a phone call. They did. That's great. I got a complaint form, so that's half of the battle. How you doing, officer? I need to get an incident number for something that happened yesterday.
Okay.
I was wondering if you could help me out with that.
So give me 1 second and then I will see what I can do.
You bet. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Okay.
Okay. The incident happened yesterday at approximately 2:25.
Okay.
It was a traffic stop, and I know a couple of the officers that were there. Officer Bova and Officer James. There was another officer there, and I didn't catch his name or his badge number. But I would like that too, if you can find that information out for me. But I need the incident number, and I also need that other officer's information as well.
I don't have that. I was on vacation yesterday.
Okay, who? But yeah, I mean, there was an incident that happened, and I know the.
What was the exact address? So I can
It was approximately Colfax and Chester, which is in Aurora, but it was Denver cops that were in Aurora. So I'm assuming that they pulled over somebody a couple blocks down, and they pulled them into. Yeah.
See, we don't track anything that goes into Aurora. We stop at Yosemite.
Okay, well then Yosemite and Colfax.
If I have that information.
Yeah, and like I said, I have the officers, so that you can probably look at their reports yesterday and get that info. By the way, thanks for being pleasant. I appreciate that.
I work for you, man.
Well, I know. I wish other officers had your demeanor. You know.
It's not telling me anything on my computer.
You might be able to look up Officer Bova or Officer James, and see the calls that happened at that time.
But I can't pull them up by name. They don't have that. Give me 1 second. Let me see what I can figure out.
Okay. Yeah, because like I said, the stop probably happened in Denver, but they pulled him over a couple blocks east in Aurora.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
You bet.
Good morning, District 2 Denver, please. No, hold on 1 second and I'll put you through that district just a minute. I'll be right back.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Let me go out and see if I can find out.
You bet. All right, so we're doing pretty good so far. Car number 8137. Somebody put the card number in there. It's 8137. I think that's what KDOT wrote in there. Stonewall. Jamie, you should have seen the phone call earlier. I didn't do it justice by explaining earlier what I went through, but it was basically 20 minutes of nothing. So which is the reason I'm here. I didn't even want to go here. Maybe to pick up a complaint form, but I could have did that later. But so that's what we're dealing with here. I may need to talk to a sergeant. I don't know. Hopefully he can give me the information. But it is stonewalling there. I mean, this guy is really nice, and that's the first time I've ever heard an officer say, "I work for you." You know, I mean, if more of them were to say that, then and really believe in that and act on that, I think we could have a little more of a rapport and more trust. You know, so hopefully, and at least this guy isn't calling for my arrest, at least not at the moment, Gumball Lives Matter. No, Ellie, this wasn't the same cop. I know that cop. It was not the same cop that told me to stop recording. It was a blonde-haired dude. And I know that officer too. I can't remember his name, and I meant to file a complaint on him, but he got away with one. This is not the same officer. It's a different officer. This guy his demeanor is completely different than that other officer. If it was the other officer, he would have, told me that recording is not allowed, etc., etc. Yeah, it's not him, Jen. I know for a fact. King Bluto, welcome. NH Mountain Girl, welcome. Nice to have you here. Alfredo, good morning, man. Nice to have you here as well. I'm going back through chat. So I mean, the level of frustration that someone must have if they weren't like somebody like myself or KDOT, with this stuff is insane. By the way, somebody broke this tempered glass here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Somebody must have been really, really upset. I don't know what happened there, but.
So I want to talk to the lieutenant. Are you videotaping?
I am.
So you know that it's
not against the law. I can videotape in here.
Okay, well, not inside of the facility.
I actually can. I can. That statute that's listed there is actually a funeral statute that has nothing to do with police lobbies. So,
I understand.
yeah.
So we got two things here.
Sure.
So I tried to find the supervisor that's working.
Okay.
But he's not there. If you want, I can take a phone number and have him give you a call when he comes back.
There's got to be a sergeant.
Well, there's actually a lieutenant.
A lieutenant? Can I talk to the lieutenant? Thank you. And there we go. He was told by his superiors about the audio recording. So here we go, guys. Get ready for it, because I'm pretty sure I know what's going to happen now. I asked for the lieutenant. So, like I said, I'm simply here to get the incident number and the other officer that was there. There were 3 officers. I got 2 of the officers' name. One was Officer Bova, the litter bug. And if you guys want to know about Officer Bova, go back to my rabbit hole videos, which is the other time I was here in District 2 and almost got arrested by a very overzealous sergeant. And then the other thing that I need is the other officer that was on scene. I don't understand why it's so difficult. I think, I think the problem lies in just the secrecy. It's just either they don't know what they're doing or they refuse to give you information. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I just want an incident number and also the other officer that was on scene there, and only for public knowledge. The other two officers I'm going to complain on because they didn't give me the incident number. Hence, I'm here today. So I got the complaint forms here. So, and I was going to give this guy a commendation. I mean, but I don't know if I'm going to do that now. So we'll see. We'll see how things end up. Yeah, cops waiting coming up. Well, we'll see, Fab Daddy. Just to let you guys know, if I do get arrested, I am gonna lock my phone, so that might keep the live from going on. I don't know. But I am gonna lock it because I don't want them snooping in my phone. Not that I have anything in there that's pertinent, but you know how cops are. But I'm just letting everybody know that that's what's going on. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous. I don't want to be arrested. It's not my point. I just want to. All right.
So.
Yes, sir.
They told me that please don't videotape in here. It's a second warning. Please, if you are, don't. Second thing, I called a supervisor and he's going to come up and talk to you.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, so I'll just wait in the lobby. I'll keep this open for anybody. Okay. All right, so that was the quote unquote second warning for recording. I'm gonna sit here, guys, and we'll see what happens. So I got a supervisor coming. It's a sergeant, not a lieutenant. You see how things go here? He said there was only a lieutenant here, and but there it is. But we'll see how things go here. Oh, the gumball machines are right here. The gumball machines are here. And it looks like they keep them stocked, except that one. They need to, stock that one. But we need information on that. I'll go down that rabbit hole at some point, Ellie. I think I've got other more pressing matters right now. But I will. I know, Bluto, I'm willing to take that chance, though. You guys know how I am. I've always been willing to, I've never been arrested, but I've come close a few times. This is, it's proven a point here. I need that information. I need the incident number, and I need that other officer's name. So let's see if they can provide that for me or not. Now, just to note, there is someone else in this lobby that I am not recording. It's public anyways, but I'm just letting you know that there's a woman and her kid that I'm, very cognizant that there's someone in here and trying not to get them in frame. If they happen to go in frame, it's not because I specifically did it, just to let you know. Yeah, they can definitely take me into a private room. Now, we established that last time with the sergeants that came out. They said that there were rooms that they could take you in here. There's a private conference room that's right over here. I know they got 15 rooms in the back there, at least. So. Yeah, I absolutely have the right to record in here. I know they have these, things listed here. But look, this building is really I did that to avoid getting these people in frame here. But this building is beautiful. It's a well-designed architectural marvel, to be honest with you, inside and out. One day I'd like to take a tour of it. I have a feeling I'm going to take a tour today, and then quickly be transported to county jail if I get arrested. So let's hope for the best. I don't want to be arrested, y'all. Yeah, I can do that. I'm gonna do that. There we go. Yeah, it's not gonna matter. I mean, I don't care. I mean, this is the whole point, right? To be able to be free to walk in here and record my interaction with police. So, you know, they're gonna do whatever they're gonna do. I'm gonna let them do whatever they do. And just to let everybody know, I'm not like everybody else. I will exercise my Fifth Amendment. So if that happens, there's not gonna be any talking on my end for any reason. You know, I'm hoping it doesn't get to that point. I'm hoping they see the rationale in what I'm doing here. I'm definitely not trying to get arrested. I simply don't trust them, for one, and two, I want the information. That's it. So we'll see. And McDonald's, good morning. Welcome, everybody. Like I said, you know, I'm simply here to get an incident number, and the other policeman that was on scene that I didn't get his name. And normally I do. I don't know why I didn't yesterday, but you know, it is what it is. This guy started off good, and he ended up being kind of rotten. I think he's okay though. You know, I don't think you know, he's a bad dude per se, but he's got to play nice with the uppers because he doesn't want to ruin his pension or whatever the case is. I don't know, but like I said, I'm just so just waiting for the sergeant. It changed from lieutenant to sergeant. You see how that works. I'm playing, you know, trying not to get anybody else on camera game here, even though it's public. But I am respectful. You know, I don't try to get people in camera. I mean, usually people come up to the camera, and that's their problem, not mine. But if you're in public, I mean, obviously no expectation of privacy. But it also shines a light on the police and how they should handle victims. You know, if there's a victim that's in the lobby that needs to be taken care of, they should take them to the back, or in a private conference room, or whatever. I mean, we did discuss this last time with the sergeants. You know, I think you have kind of an obligation to do that, you know, because this is public. You know, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you know, the expectation of privacy is not on me as the citizen. It's on the government or the police, in this case the police. Yeah, that's the case for a lot of them, Fab Daddy. Gregory, welcome, nice to have you here. Canada, thank you. CRS 16-3-3. Hey, how's it going, man?
Remember we chat outside?
I mean, we can. Why can't we chat here?
Well, remember how we talked about what?
Yeah, I know, but that's not a law, man.
No,
I mean,
but I'm trying to
you
be
know,
respectful
okay.
of victims, right?
Yeah, I
And
know, but that's, I mean, we got to get past that, man. Like,
Well,
you guys got to do your due diligence. We talked about this last time, Sergeant.
True.
You know, we
Completely
talked about this
understand.
last time. I mean, there's a conference room there. I'm sure you guys have at least 10 rooms in the back that you can take people to if there's any issues with victimhood, you know. So, all right, so I'm here for a couple reasons. I need to find an incident number that happened yesterday, and it was a little odd.
Is that reference to traffic stop?
It was a traffic stop that happened yesterday at approximately 2:26. It actually happened a little bit.
Chester.
Yeah, it was like in between.
Wait,
So
I might have had it,
I know it's like probably happened in Denver, and they had to go a couple blocks into Aurora. So I need that, and I need all of the officers. I know two of the officers that were there. One of them was Bova. The other one was Officer James. I didn't get his badge number. I have his card though, so I don't necessarily need that unless you want to put it on there. Bova's I have, but there was another officer that was there that I need his information.
Yep.
His name and badge number. Although he seemed okay. I didn't have an issue with him per se. But Bova I do have an issue with, and I am going to file a complaint. And also, I have the complaint form because you decided to put the complaint forms in the lobby, which is where they should be. And thank you for that. And I'm glad that they're still there, and that they weren't taken out immediately or whatever. So I need the incident number, and I also need that officer's information, and then that's it.
Okay.
That's it. Also, just to let you know, I will be meeting with the chief at some point, and hopefully we can get this resolved about these signs being in the lobby, because I know you guys are put on the spot because you have to do what the uppers tell you to do and all that. But these signs are completely illegal, and they need to be taken out because it is a public lobby. And if I want to record my like today was a perfect example, Sarge. I'm there on personal business, right? Like this is my thing to find out information, so I have a right to record that. So to be intimidated and not be able to do that is not the right course of action.
I
and this guy at the front desk was awesome up until he went to the back and he was told by his lieutenant or whoever that you got to tell him about the recording, and he's like, he made sure it was the second time. So now I was expecting somebody to come out and arrest me. That's what I was expecting, and that's not what I wanted happening. I just wanted to record my interaction and get the information. That's it.
Not a problem.
Okay.
Hey, first off, how you been?
I'm doing good, man.
Good?
How about you?
Not too bad.
Staying out of trouble?
Well, you guys haven't seen me lately, so it can't be too bad.
Well, that's true. Well, no, I mean, look, I always try to highlight the good ones too, Sarge. So that's the whole.
Do you need my card again, or you get?
Yeah, then you get your card again, because
no problem.
I think I lost your card, and I'm very good at keeping this information.
I checked on the vending machine things; those are still handled by the city.
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot to email you and get back to you on
that's
that.
okay.
So, and then the PAL, it's not even in existence anymore. I've been hearing rumblings from other officers that they're talking about trying to. There's been talk amongst other officers and a true voluntary component of trying to figure out. So we'd like to start it back up and figure out what we're going to do.
Okay, so about the gumball machines,
because that one's empty.
It is empty, and that's the PAL one. But
the other one's supposed to be handled by the city.
And what do they do with that money? Like where does that money go?
That I don't know. As far as because it's a contract that the city has out for all of our vending machines. The city charges a company to be able to vend at the location.
Okay. I'm just wondering
I don't know if those are or not, but again, without knowing, I'm truly off the cuff, I'd be guessing. City gets their cut, they have their money.
Right.
And then they charge, because we did have some vending machines here for sodas here at the station.
Yeah.
The guy pulled them away because he's like, I wasn't making any money on it.
Okay.
So.
All right. Okay, well,
Give me just a minute, I'll get you.
Right.
So you want the CAD number and the officers' names?
Right? The incident number, and then all the officers and badge numbers if I could get that.
Course.
All right.
All right, I'll be back in just a minute, okay?
Thank you. I'll be sitting right here.
All right.
357, welcome, man. Tube sock, welcome. Yeah, I know, Ellie. That's like I said, I've got other things I'm working on right here, but that is an interesting thing to wonder about, isn't it? But he did say that they were contracted out, so it's an outside company. If I didn't welcome anybody else, welcome. Yeah, I'm gonna ask him that, KDOT. I will ask him that when he gets back. I'm sure you're gonna have the answer, but I will ask him. Yeah, I know, Michael Woodbury. But where am I now? I walked right back in and I told him, I was like, this is nonsense. He knows it's nonsense, man. Like this guy, McCluskey, is actually a decent guy, but he will give you the runaround with words. He's not a wordsmith. He's not the smartest guy in the building, but, I know how to navigate all that. So, at least I'm not being put in handcuffs. That's the most important thing. Although, I mean, it could be different. I don't know. Oh, dogs, what's up, man? Hey, Mitch, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it, man. I do take a chance every time I come into District 2 to request anything. And I did have legit business here, guys. Like, I need to know this incident number, and I was grabbing complaint forms because I will put in a complaint. I'm actually going to wait to talk to KDOT about it because I'm pretty sure he's going to want to put in the complaints as well, because I believe he was the one specifically asking for the incident number. I did ask after, so I think I got 2 forms, so I think we'll both put in the same complaint. Officer James and Officer Bova, shame on you. You should have given me the incident number, and then we could have avoided all of this. I didn't have to be here today, but instead they, didn't give it to me. But I am going to ask the question of jurisdiction, and I will tell them about, my complaint put in on incident numbers, and maybe Officer James and Officer Bova can learn their fucking lesson for a change, and let's do it that way. I hate to do this. I mean, it shouldn't be. It should be as easy as them giving you the incident number, problem solved. No complaint. We figure out what the incident is, and that's it. How you doing? Sorry, I'm trying not to get you. I don't like it. Mexican long hair. Yeah. And look up KDOT too. KDOT and then Mexican long hair. Yeah. Have a good day. She's asking me what my YouTube name was so she could look me up. Mexican long hair. She was very enthusiastic. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, these officers. Okay, I was looking at the ratings, the Google ratings on the different districts, and none of them are above like a 2.4. Which is less than, a 2.4 out of 5. So if you translate that to 10, let's give them the benefit of the doubt and say 2.5. That's 50%. By any measure, that's horrible. That's what the public thinks of all of these places here, and it's ridiculous. So if not for, how you doing? Did you get it? All right. So, okay.
So that's going to be the CAD number.
Okay.
648658. That's the date. Colfax and Chester. The third officer was Chris Cochran that you were talking about.
Okay, thank you.
That's Andrew James and then Anthony Blanco.
Okay, I do have a question for you.
Here, let's.
Why do we have to step outside, officer? There's nobody in here. Come on, Sarge.
There's a lady up front there.
You could be the first officer in all of Denver to like
Written up for,
written up for what? There's no insubordination. There's nothing against the law. I can record in there.
I understand.
You understand?
I appreciate you working with me on it. So.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. You could have been the first officer, all right? And being written up would have been ridiculous, all right, for that. But okay. I'm going to ask you a couple questions.
Sure.
Why were they in Aurora?
So the original context for the stop was at Colfax and Valencia.
Mm-hmm.
That was the original reason for the stop, when the stop landed at Colfax and Chester.
Okay, so they found what was wrong at Valencia,
Yep.
and they drove up a few blocks to Chester,
Yep.
and that's where the
The
incident.
traffic stop happened.
And also something kind of curious, officer. I don't know what happened there, and I'm sure I can look it up and figure out that information because
Sure.
it's public knowledge. But when I was there, I was overhearing the officer, Officer Cochran, when he was issuing the ticket. He said, "I'm only going to give you." It was a lesser charge for something. I'm wondering why that was, because I did notice that the person that they pulled over had a blue line flag on the back of their vehicle. So I'm wondering if that got them any extra privilege for the incident there.
You know, I really can't speak to it because the driver of that vehicle is also complaining on the officer, so that's still being investigated. So.
Okay, so it's still under investigation and all that. And I actually do have a complaint. And I got the complaint forms, and I'm going to put in a formal complaint.
Sure.
But I'm going to let you know. KDOT and I were both there. So it was me and KDOT. And I got 2 complaint forms, so there's going to be 2 separate complaints because we're separate people, and we asked basically the same question. All this could have been avoided if they would have just given us the incident number, which is part of your policy, the 600-page policy that you guys got, of giving us the incident number. Why would they not give me the incident number on scene? It's absolutely ridiculous.
I don't know, but I certainly will talk to them about that.
Okay.
Because if we're able to alleviate just the headache of that, having you come down here.
Let me tell you the headache,
Sure.
Sarge. So, the headache started yesterday with the incident. We asked very respectfully for the incident numbers, and neither Bova nor James would give us that information. And they were kind of snotty about it.
Okay.
I mean, Bova had his arms crossed like he was in 2nd grade and, was very standoffish. I did chide him a little bit about the littering incident, which I got him to admit. I got him to admit that it was his paper. Well, actually, KDOT asked him the question, you realize there could have been personal information on that piece of paper that you threw out the window. And he says, no, there wasn't. So how would he know that unless it came from his vehicle and he knew that, what he threw out?
I feel like you're grasping at straws with that
No,
statement.
it's not grasping at straws.
But like I said, that's already been investigated. We sent the email.
I know, but that's new information. That's new evidence. So, I'm just letting you know, it's on the video. So if you look up the video from yesterday, it's on that video. So he fully admitted that it did come from his car. So that aside, the unprofessionalism, like I would venture to say that you're trying to do the right thing. You've always been very professional. Why aren't some of your guys like Bova and this? First time I've seen James, and I'm not impressed at all. And I'm sure I'll see him again because you guys know I'm out there all the time.
Yeah, and we're working that area harder because we talked about trying to, there is a lot of crime in that area, right?
Right.
So what we're trying to do is at least to serve the community that lives out there is to try to change some of the dynamics that are out there.
Well, let me tell you about the dynamics, all right? I'm telling you about my own personal journey from yesterday. So I didn't get the incident number from James or Bova. Either one of them could, and I did ask, for the incident number. It could have avoided all of this. I didn't even have to come here today if I had that incident number, right? But here we are, and now I got to put in complaints because we got a couple of inconsiderate officers out there that aren't thinking about the public, right? So my issue is not only that, but this morning I tried to call to avoid coming here because I already know if you weren't here, I probably would have been arrested. Okay, so I want to avoid all that.
No, I think based on my prior experiences with you and DJ KDOT, once we have a good mutual respect and conversation, we're easy to get along with, and like my purpose is on the job is that if you see me off duty, I don't want you to be pissed off at me. I want, you know what I mean? I want to be respectful to everyone as best I can.
I understand that, Sarge, and I get it. And I'm respectful to everybody, at least to start with, right? I'm a mirror. Like KDOT always says, I'm a mirror. When you give me something, I give you the same in return, whether it's respect or disrespect. So that's the whole thing. If I get disrespected, then I'm going to give you the same back. And it's very apparent by all you guys' Google reviews on every station. I think this is the second worst station out of all of them on Google reviews. So it's public trust, right? You guys have none of it. Like hardly any of it.
You
see what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm trying to bridge the gap, and when I'm getting shit like oh, I'm not going to give you that, or I'm just going to ignore you, or even though it's within your policy to give me the information that I requested, whether I ask for your name and badge number or incident number or anything that's public knowledge, like you said, it's under investigation now, so I won't be able to go and
Yeah.
and get that information now, but after the investigation I can get that information.
Yeah,
But
you contact downtown or whatever their policies
right,
are.
so I did try that. I tried contacting downtown, and what they said was, we can't give you that incident number, which is horseshit. We can't give you that information. And I'm like, well, it's in your policy. She actually used the opposite knowledge, that it's within their policy that they don't give out that information,
So that
which is nonsense.
and I gotta look. To be honest with you, I gotta look that up to see what is the policy.
It's actually a revised statute as well.
Okay.
I believe it's 16 dash. I can't remember off the top of my head. KDOT's much better off the top of his head, remember, but it's in the 16s.
Yeah.
But you have to give that information out, whether it's your
I
policy
definitely know the
or
badge number, all that. I would not be surprised if that is the case.
it is the case, and the incident number.
But what I'm saying, as far as I would have done it, I would do that anyways. But it wouldn't surprise me if that is the policy. And I appreciate you pointing that out.
It
for me to
is,
actually
it
look
is,
up and
Sergeant,
actually
because
verify it, so.
because it's public knowledge, right?
Yeah.
So if I ask you on the street, you know, all right, you're an officer, you've been
Yeah.
around for a long time, you know for a fact that if I ask you for your your name and badge number, if you don't give it, well, then I can complain on you because it's within your policy
Yeah,
to
unless
give
there's
that information.
specific circumstances where it's an issues of officer safety or impacts an operation.
There's
Obviously,
always
like
exceptions,
an undercover operation,
right?
Yeah, well, reasonable
Even if it's
exceptions, yeah.
undercover, I can argue that the public needs to know,
course,
because
yeah.
I mean, let's say there's somebody in trouble. I mean, we need to
I
know
see what
who's
you-
out on
yeah.
the street. So
But-
that's a whole other
Yeah,
side.
yeah, and we're not trying
So
to eat up.
I'm not trying to
Yeah.
carve out the exceptions. I want the rule itself.
Yeah, when you're
right?
playing, yeah, I see what
Right.
you're saying.
So and the same thing is with the incident number. By the way, you got your body cam on, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah.
I was making sure,
Yeah.
So that's all I'm trying to get at. And like I said, I want to have a meeting with, and I will get a meeting with the chief at some point about those signs specifically, because he was not the one to put those signs up, and he can easily have those signs removed. And then you guys don't have to worry about it. We don't have to worry about it, and the world
Takes
is a
that
better
one
place.
less-
And as far
One
as
less
the,
point of contention. Yeah.
as far as the privacy concerns are concerned, you're the only officer to say, there's a conference room and there are rooms in the back and stuff. So that's what I'm trying to get at. It's not up to the public to maintain privacy. You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
It's up to you guys, if there's something going on, to make sure that's private and take it in the back or into the conference room or whatever. I mean, I think it's ridiculous that we have to have this conversation out here instead
but
of in that
I
lobby.
do want to say I do appreciate you working
Yeah.
with me on that.
I know. I know.
And I've told you that multiple times, but it does mean a lot to me, and I really.
The
hope
only
best.
reason I'm doing it is to not get you in trouble, Sergeant.
Thank you.
That's
I
the
appreciate
only
that.
reason. Otherwise, I would be right in there, and then you guys do what you need to do,
Sure.
and then we'll go to court with it and battle it out that way. And I don't want to do that. I mean, my time is valuable, just like your time is valuable, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. An incident number, like if they would have just given me the incident number, I wouldn't have been here. I wouldn't have had to waste over 20 minutes on the phone.
No, and I can guarantee I know exactly what I'm going to be doing is looking up in the ops manual, revising it. I'm going to be sending an email out to all my troops,
Right.
saying, hey, just as a refresher, just so we're all aware, so we're on the same page, especially to make it easier interactions with you and with the public. All right.
With the public at large, man.
Nope.
Look, I'm
would-
not doing this for myself. I already know a lot of the statutes and a lot of the policies and,
Yeah.
and all that type of stuff. This is education for the people, man. I mean, a lot of times, like, can you imagine?
It's
can you
also
imagine?
education for the officers
Look,
too. Let's be honest.
right. Well,
Yeah.
you guys don't know the law. I mean, let's be honest.
Well,
you guys.
we do as best we can. Right now, sometimes
Right.
there's things that. With day-to-day operations, you don't come across certain circumstances.
I understand.
And
There's-
job's keeping us accountable.
Right.
I mean, let's be honest.
Right. Okay.
I'm not-
We're in full agreement. I have
Yeah.
no
And I'm not
disagreements
blowing
there.
smoke. I'm just being
No,
honest.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you that this if we really truly want to bridge the gap, this is the way to do it.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine if it wasn't KDOT or myself out there and none of us had the camera, how that person could have been treated. If they treat somebody as bad as they did yesterday on camera, how is it with somebody that doesn't have a camera that's just a member of the general public? You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, if there's no accountability, then I mean, I've seen way worse. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying? If I wouldn't have had the camera, I know probably what would have happened. I mean, I would have probably got pushed around. This is why I carry this camera. This is why I go into the lobby here. I mean, even the last time I was here, I almost got arrested by that other sergeant. He was itching to arrest me. He tried to bump into me in the lobby, and he tried to bump into me out here. So that's something I haven't forgotten. You know, I did what I was supposed to do. I got away from him, you know, because I'm not in the business of getting arrested and having all this bullshit, you know, thrown my way for no reason. Let me just tell you, I've never been arrested. I don't have a criminal record. None of that. I mean, I think I got a ticket 5 years ago for some bullshit that I should have went to court for, but you know, I fell into the same trap that most people do. They don't fight, you know, for their rights, and they just want to get rid of it and all that. It ended up causing me some insurance troubles and you know, all that type of stuff, and it was bullshit. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'll go nowhere without this camera from now on, because I already know the type of shit that people get without the camera. So if you wouldn't mind talking to Bova and to James and letting them know that it's okay to give the incident number. It's not a major deal. It's not a big deal, but it did cause a member of the public, which is me, a lot of hassle having to go and figure out this information. Like
That's
you see what I'm
completely
saying?
reasonable. Yep.
Time is money for you guys, just like time is money
No.
for me. So,
Perfect.
you know.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
Hey.
Have a good day.
It's good.
And
It was good seeing you. I'm sorry on the reasons for
yeah, I
contact,
know.
but
I hate that we always meet like this, but hey, you
maybe
know.
one of these days we'll catch each other and we'll say hi.
Yeah. And by the way, I will get those signs removed.
Okay, well,
Sergeant,
Like
so-
I said, then one less thing for us to have our conversation.
Right, exactly. Take care. Whew, okay, I'll wait till we get in the car before I talk to you guys. I'm completely relieved that Sergeant McCluskey was the one that saw me, but I am ecstatic that I haven't been arrested. A lot of times, the videos that go on, you know, people are arrested. Those are the sensational videos that get all the clicks and views. And I understand that. And that's not the reason why I do what I do. So let's get in the car here. We'll talk more. And I hope Denver PD is listening. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure they are listening. But let's get in the car here. Whew. Okay, that was something else. Hit the like button if you haven't already, y'all. Okay, I don't know how I did there as far as performance goes, but you know, I hope I did okay. I am definitely not undercover cartel. Good citizen, welcome. He admitted what he didn't know and say he will look into it and correct it. That is the first step. Yeah, see, there you go. Okay, so sorry, I'm a little shaky, guys. Like I get nervous. I'm not immune to that. I didn't want to be arrested. I mean, it seemed like it was going that way to me. I mean, every time I go into District 2, that's what it seems like. Yeah, thank you. I'm not balling McDonald, but it is a nice car. It's the new Prius. Well done on both sides. Sarge is okay. Yeah. Thanks, KDOT. Sergeant, let me tell you about Sergeant McCluskey. He's a nice guy, right? Nice guy. Not the smartest guy out there. You know, no disrespect to you, Sergeant, if you're watching, but Ellie, stop it. But like you guys said, at least I got him thinking a little bit. Hopefully he does the right thing. Hopefully he goes in there. Thanks, Spiky Mike. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the likes. Thank you guys. I really do. If you haven't hit that like button, go ahead and do so. I got the information, guys. Look, if you guys want to look up this information after, you know, after it's being done, investigated, well, there it is. he did explain it started on Valencia, which is on the Denver side of things by 1 block. And he gave me a little information I didn't even ask for. A lot of times, here's another little hint for everybody out there that is trying to cop watch or do audits or whatever. If you let people talk, they'll give you more information on their own. So he did say that they're out there in that specific area because of the crime. So there's a lot more. You're going to see a lot more out there, which is fine by me because I know the area very well. It's on Colfax, guys. You guys see me go up and down Colfax all the time. It is what it is. So that's what we got to deal with. So now we have the incident number. I'm going to be talking with KDOT after he gets off of work. I think we're going to be filing some complaints on these officers. I can't, I mean, as much as I like McCluskey, I can't trust the fact that he's going to go back and he's going to talk to them and set them straight on things. So maybe this will be the catalyst that'll set them straight to treat the public with respect and give them the information that they need. And I'm really happy that he admitted that he's not privy to all the rules in the book. I mean, it is, granted, it is 600 pages or so more, right? Is it 600 or 800? It's a big policy book, right? But I know it's in that policy book for them to give the incident number and any public knowledge that they have. Now, if they just don't have it, if they don't have the information, don't be stupid, you know. Wait a minute here. Why was the sergeant able to get the incident number but not the guy at the desk? Is it top secret information only? Ellie, look, it puts a spotlight on things, right? These are the incidences that put a spotlight on everything, right? So, yeah, and when I told him about the Google reviews, you guys can look this up for yourself. I wasn't blowing smoke up his ass, right? If you look up Google reviews for Denver police districts, they all are in the 2 point something range, anywhere from 2.2, I believe, up to 2.4 or 2.5. I can't remember. It was so bad, you know. It was, and that's the problem here. There's a basic disconnect between the police and it's well documented on this channel. The problem starts with hiring, and then it goes on into training, and then it goes on to dealing with the public, right? So there is a huge disconnect. The only way to bridge that disconnect is a deeper understanding of where the public is coming from and getting rid of the us against them mentality. It's got to go. That mentality has to go, right? So if you're an officer and you're watching, you're lurking, which I know you are, then keep that in mind, you know. Claire, what's up, Claire? Nice to have you in here as well. Yeah, classified information. Patrol high crime areas, I get it, but also don't use that narrative to violate the 4th or 5th simply being in an area. I agree with you, 357. I've been calling for patrols for a long time in areas that need it, right? I mean, a higher police presence usually means less crime. You know, we can argue about that. We can, you know, all of that, but I think foot patrols need to come back. I know that's kind of an old school thing, and they're going to say the city's too big for that. You know, all that, but something does need to change. And that's what I'm trying to do. Now, as far as those signs go, I do want to meet with the police chief. So if any police officers are watching, make sure you let the police chief know that I want a meeting with the chief. KDOT and I want a meeting with you, so we can discuss this whole sign in the lobbies. It means nothing. All right, you attach Officer or Chief Payson, when he was here, attached a CRS, and I can't remember the CRS. You guys can rewind the video and look at it. That had to do with funerals. If you don't believe me, look up the CRS, all right? It has nothing to do with public lobbies, et cetera, et cetera. Those signs mean absolutely nothing. And these officers, you just heard him. He's more worried. You heard Sergeant McCluskey here. He is more worried about getting written up than he is about enforcing that stupid sign. Okay, that's a huge issue. That's an issue that needs to be addressed. When you have an officer that's more worried about getting written up because he allowed you to go in and do something that the Constitution allows you to do, First Amendment, right? Been abdicated in the court systems tenfold over, time and time again. It's tried and true. I want to get those signs removed on First Amendment grounds, right? Not what Long Island did. And Long Island, I hope this gets back to you. You should appeal that verdict that you got. It wasn't a win. You think it was a win, but it was a win based on New York statutes, not First Amendment grounds. So that is a big deal. Alfredo, I was a little nervous, man. I mean, how can you not? I mean, I have no backup here. KDOT wasn't with me. I'm doing the best that I can. I'm in a hostile environment, which it shouldn't be, with a bunch of people with guns. How can you not be afraid or nervous? You know what I'm saying? So, all in all, this was good. Westside, thank you for being here. Sorry you're at the end. They should be worried about upholding the Constitution. That's exactly right, Jamie. They should, instead of worrying about arresting me for a dumb CRS that means nothing to do with being in that lobby, they should be worrying about upholding the Constitution and the First Amendment and every other amendment for that matter, right? If you ask them, they don't know. So, it is what it is. But I want to thank each and every one of you guys for being here, for being my witness to this, and understanding that there's a big disconnect, and we can fix it, but it's just going to take some time, energy from the right people. There's a lot of, okay, I'm going to say this, and I know this is a little controversial. There's a lot of people in the Denver metro area that don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they're making it a lot harder for KDOT and I. My advice is stay the fuck out of our way and let us do our thing. Stop making it harder. Stop making other ordinances that we have to go up against and all that. Excalibur, come on that way. How you doing, man? Nice to have you here. So, it is what it is. But like I said, I want to thank you guys for being here, being my backup today when I didn't have any. It is what it is. I didn't get arrested, thankfully. That should be the goal. That should be the goal for each and every one of you guys that are filming. Don't get arrested. I know it gets you clicks and views. I know that's what a lot of people's goal is, to get arrested and get all these clicks and views and all the accolades and all that kind of stuff. The goal is to not get arrested. But I will stand up for my rights. So, I mean, that's why I told the officer, this is stupid going back and forth. And he basically admitted, that it was about not getting written up. Anyways, I got to go. Ellie, call me after this live. Anyways, you guys have a great, safe day. Tonight is Hot Tub. Thank you, Jen, for putting in that link, all the mods. Thank you all so much. You guys rock. Have a great day. And I will see you guys tonight on Hot Tub on Bernie's channel. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.